Good evening. Just an update on the college football playoff predictions. I think the first ranking is going to come out next week. So right now, it's tough to look at it. You can't necessarily break it down by conference or just odds because if you have to pick four, what do you go with? So I'm just going with the eyeball test. I probably have a different four right now than I would prediction wise, but Ohio State's look good, so I'm going to put them in. Georgia, they've had a big slip up, so I don't think they get in. I wouldn't put them in right now. I mean, the committee will probably have them in their top four, but I don't know who you're going to keep out. Some team that hasn't had a slip up. That's not really fair. And I think that's probably the problem with these SEC teams. Clemson's look really good. Um, Tennessee's kind of a wild card. We'll get to that. Michigan, I haven't seen play. If they beat Ohio State running, I think they'd obviously be in. But Ohio State looks pretty good this year, so I don't know if that's going to happen again. Alabama, actually, I'm going to predict in. I think they would beat Tennessee on a neutral site. So if it is Tennessee, I think Alabama still has a pretty good shot here. So that's three right there. Texas Christian, it's looked all right. Oklahoma State kind of disappointed me, but they're still in it. USC, they're kind of writing off, and I still have them in there as a possible team. And after that, it gets pretty a lot of long shots there. Oregon has had some issues there. Almost lost to Washington State, so pretty much uphill battle for them, even if they went out. So, um, you know, Ole Miss, UCLA, they've had their slip ups. That's not really the model you see there. North Carolina, if they ran and beat Clemson, they might be in. I don't know, one loss, they could still make it, but not a lot of people are going to predict that. So, um, the fourth spot kind of comes down to either Tennessee. You could have a one-loss Tennessee. They'll have to beat Georgia. Um, so yeah, you're not going to get in Tennessee losing to Georgia with one loss and staying out of the SEC championship. They got to beat Georgia, and that would give them a shot there, possibly as the fourth team. It wouldn't be over an undefeated Texas Christian if that happens, but so I kind of have it down to Tennessee, maybe with one loss. Oklahoma State, they could run it. USC, probably have to give the edge to Tennessee, but not a lot there. That'd be a tough decision, because you'd have, Oklahoma State, USC as conference champions, and Tennessee. Maybe Tennessee does look a little better, but do you want to put in two SEC teams? There's only four spots. It could be swayed maybe to go with probably USC. So I'm going to go with Tennessee right now, but we'll see what happens. They obviously got to beat Georgia. So that's where we're at. My four right now: Ohio State, Clemson, Alabama, and Tennessee. Probably see them Ohio State or Clemson 1. Oh, that'd be tough. Alabama 3, Tennessee 4. So I may go Clemson 1. Clemson, Tennessee, and Alabama, Ohio State. Some pretty good matchups there. But a lot of football left. If you're a Georgia fan, all these teams that control their destiny: Georgia, Michigan, TCU, Oklahoma State, maybe. They beat TCU. They'd be pretty good resume there. USC might need some help. They might need, well, they would definitely need TCU to lose, but pretty good shot there if USC. They'd have a good resume too. Oregon, where it's start to get, maybe they're asking too much at this point, because they would need to run it. Haven't looked as good as USC. They would need TCU to lose, maybe even Oklahoma State too. So starting to ask for a lot there. Historically at this point, nobody outside the top 10. So, a lot of football left. So we'll see what happens. We'll have an update next week.